basic group. Now, I mean, all of you must be somewhere thinking, why do we have this HR induction happening every week? So we have been having employees joining off and on, right? And to have a continuity of this, induction is basically because there could be something that you have missed out in terms of knowing about the company. This will help you in catch up on that, right? This is also to make all of you again repeatedly known what and why this induction is important. So to make our new employees feel a little comfortable, to explain to you all again and again with regards to what is the culture of the organization, what are the standardizations and the uniformity that we want to have within the company, what are the processes, what are the processes which are important, which you all need to follow. So also, give you a little ease from your daily work life in terms of your daily work that happens at your center, and also make all of you feel valued and important, that through knowing basic truth that you all are also important. So, let's move on to our next segment. That's basically giving an explanation about what basic truth is about. So basic truth is only about people, process, and technology. When I talk about people, people is we the employees at Basic Group. When I talk about a process, basically all the processes that we have and we get from our clients. Technology is the technology that we use for the output of that process. So every company has its vision and mission. Basic Group also has its vision and mission. The vision and the mission is to expand economically, geography through boundaries of the country, and in terms of getting themselves recognized. Right now, we are available in centers like Kapu, Kulu, Villipuram. We are also in Chennai, so we want to grow more, right? We are very flexible in terms of change of solutions basis on whatever and as and never any requirement comes from our client side. Highest in importance of quality and timely quality is possible in terms of agreeing upon all SLAs, providing ample of opportunities to our crewmates, which is very, very important. And we have seen through the time with Desi Crew how we have seen people grow within the organization. High value addition to overall economy of the country by increasing the rural disposable income. If you see, most of our centers are in rural areas. So, yes, this says it all. Now, let's go up and meet our, team, our board of directors. We have Mrs. Saloni Malhotra, who is the founder of the AC Crew. Mr. Rajat Kuchal, who is a chairman and a part of the board of directors. We have Mr. Mani, who is our CEO. We get a chance to meet him very often. We get a lot of mails from him. We have interaction sessions with him. I'm sure all of you know him. And then we have Mr. M.N. Rao, who is also the director and a part of the board of directors. Now, coming on to our management team. Yes, we have Mr. Thiru, who is the vice president and also the founding members. We have Mr. Saurav Sen, who is the business head for a process called QA on Cloud. We have Ashwath, who oversees the sales and is also a part of the founding member team. We have Ms. Veena Shetty, who is the HR head. We have Mr. Prashant, who is the business head for Desha. And we have Mr. Pritesh, who is the business head for Accountify process. So as I mentioned, we have our delivery centers in Kulu, Kapo, TN Palim, and Villipuram. And we have another office that's based out in Chennai as well. This is a little bit about our delivery centers and our offices. Now, for every employee, all of you definitely try and think, what is my growth in a company, right? For Basic Crew, they have a pattern. If you join in as an intern or an apprentice, you move into a junior crewmate. That's when you come on roll with the company. Then you become a senior crewmate. Then you become a subject matter expert. Then you become a team leader. Then you become an associate manager and delivery manager, and so on ahead. Now, in team leaders, we have a lot of examples within our company who have joined in as junior crewmates and then grown to be team leaders, and they have all responsible profiles that they're handling today. So let's just look at a couple of our HR policies. So we move on to the segment of our HR policies. HR policies have been defined in two words. One is choices and one is beam. Now, when I say choices, CHOICES, it stands for confidential, helmet, safety, a seatbelt, on time, identification, clean, ensure, and safe. Now, when I say confidential, now that you're working in a company, there are a lot of confidential, talks or a confidential thing you would have to keep related to your process and work. When we talk about helmet, seatbelt, and safety, we talk about, while you're traveling to office or whether you're traveling to another location, it's very important that we want you all to be safe. On time, punctuality is very, very important. Being on time, delivering your work on time is very, very important. Identification. So now that we are all, most of us are working out of centers, our identification along with us is very, very important. Clean. When I say clean is very important, that wherever we look or wherever our eyes can take us, our surrounding needs to be clean. So for that, we are also responsible for some, having things tidied up, like your desk or your center where you are. If you see something, we should, not hesitate, to keeping our surroundings clean. Ensure. When I say ensure, whatever is required from you, you should ensure that as an employee that it is done, it is completed, the work is delivered on time. When I say save, saving of water and electricity. Saving and water of electricity is very, very important, as all of us know the importance of water and electricity. Now, when I move to BEAM, why do we categorize BEAM this way? BEAM, biometric, emails, absenteeism, and mobile. Biometric, basically, now that all of us are working out of centers, as I mentioned before, we need to punch in and punch out, or the biometric way of attendance, mode of attendance is very, very important. Emails, you have been given an official email ID. It needs to be used purely for official purpose only. Absenteeism is very important, that if you're not available for some reason and in unavoidable circumstances, you need to inform your higher authority that you're not going to be available, so that the work that is delegated to you for that day is assigned to somebody else, so that the client, if there is a deliverable to be done, there isn't any mishap. Mobiles, most of our processes will not allow you to probably take in your mobile in your workspace. So it's important that you're able to maintain your mobile into a locker, or keep it somewhere safe. So we talk about some basic IT etiquettes. Basic IT etiquettes, when I say, is more like, when you are done, turn off your system. Don't keep your system on or on sleep mode. For any technical issues, if you have within your system and you're at the centers, immediately just inform the IT desk. Lock your system if you're going out on a break, or you're going for some time away from your seat. Use your system specifically only the official email ID which has been given to you. Always log in and log out at your specific time or as your work requires to. Don't change any of your system configuration or install any unauthorized software. Do not use external devices like maybe a memory card or a pen drive, or or a hard disk when you are at work or when you're working for your process. So let's just look at the delivery models that they have over here. So it is basic group, then rural BPO centers, then we go to our crewmates, and then the delivery is done to our clients. We don't have Nelson that has joined in as yet. So I'll just give you a little bit about, what D-Touch is about. So D-Touch is basically an online learning platform which was launched to improve the skill sets of our crewmates. This is completely for our crewmates which we had come up with. D-Touch also provides training for 3 levels. That would be basic, intermediate, and advanced. And it's also called 101, 201, and 301. Currently under D-Touch there are 13 courses available. Crewmates, anybody can register from any course as per what their requirement or where they feel that they want to be certified into. This is also mandatory, a crewmate to register for a course during each quarter. It is mandate, because we want our crewmates to do better, get certified into something. So you have software testing, basic of BOT, translation, transcription. Then there is marketing, then there's data science, there's English, vocabulary speaking. There is cloud computing, there's Python, there's Excel, data annotation, there is administrative, and there's logical thinking and problem solving. So these are a couple of the current courses that run under DTouch. We also have, and the platform that we are on right now called DC Live. So, there are a lot of shows that, DC Live has, like, for example, some very, very popular shows like DC Best Wish, DC Induction, that what we are currently doing. Talk the Tech, open house meeting that happens once a month, as I mentioned with our CEO. Then there is DC Career. Then there is Soft Skill, and so on. So we have Sri Lekha over here. Sri Lekha, it'll be really nice if you give a little more understanding about DC Live, and why is it important and how did it start?
Yeah, I can give about DTouch also, adding on to what you said, because I've been in both for some time. So now I'm currently in DC Live.
Perfect.
Yeah, the DTouch have many courses. I mean, the main reason for the DTouch courses is to people to get upskill themselves. Okay. So whether we are in any project, you want to know about any other, additional skill where you can you can train yourself freely. And especially to talk about the DTouch is we don't have a captain or author from the outsider. The people who are training in DTouch is all our leaders. That is a very special one thing, and the content also prepared by our contents which is prepared by the captains, our leaders, with the experience what they gain out of basic rules and the experience what they learned. So that's a special thing about the DTouch. If we want to talk about the DTouch, I'll be keep talking more about the DTouch. I think this is a basic things where everyone come to know. If you go for any other external courses, so you will see that the content are like it is designed for everyone. I mean, it is open for everyone. But when you come to DTouch, it is mainly focused for the basic roommates, and where the people will be like from the scratch, they can learn whatever they want to learn. So the course designed in such a way for the beginner, intermediate, and for the advanced level. And that's about the DTouch. And to talk about the DC Live, yeah, as you said, yes, it is a platform for both entertainment as well as for the information. So actually, we started DC Live for the vaccination purpose, and the vaccination was 100% successful, both the dosages, first and second. And then we thought like we should not drop down this DC Live. Why don't we have for the internal communication only for the DC crewmates? So that's the reason we are running DC Live, and I have team members Manju and Shakti along with me, who are the backbone. Everyone will have only one backbone. I'm the special person who have two backbone, that is Shakti and Manju. Without that two people, DC Live I can't survive. It's a very tough job for me, especially. So really, even in my absence, they don't expect me to be there. So I take this opportunity to appreciate them. So coming back to the DC Live, yes, this is completely for the information as well as for the entertainment. Every day we make sure that there are at least 2 to 3 hours we are sharing information external and internal. So when we talk about the external information, it's all about the current updates, what's running in and around our nations or the international news. We also talk about that. And internal news, like if there is any update in the centers, like birthday bashes, any celebration, people, clients coming in, going out, and all these things also we share. And also the people who travel from one center to another center, and the leaders who are traveling to the international, leaders who travel for the for the process purpose, also all those things are shared on DC Live. So maybe like professionally, officially we don't say any of the clients name, but yes, we make sure that informations are shared with them to show them like where we are going, where DC Crew is going, what are the leaders' intentions, and what we are working on, and what is our mission is looking forward. So these are the things which we are trying to slowly cover on DC Live to make sure the people are aware that what's happening in all the centers. And also to talk about recently, we also making sure that when our leaders are doing any external courses apart from the DTouch, they are coming and sharing their experience on DC Live. And every Saturday we have a soft skill courses, and every day, as you said, you've been talking about the DTouch, we have 15-minute slot for the DTouch where the people can come to know what's happening on DTouch, whether do they have a captain session today, or is there any new course are launching, or what is the future plan of DTouch, or anything, whatever you want to know about A to Z about the DTouch, you can log in on DC Live at 11 o'clock. Okay, if you're not available at 11 o'clock, all the 3 break times, that is 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 4 o'clock, all these 3 break times, you can know about the DTouch. not only about the details. If you want to know anything about the DC crew, you can always feel free to contact DC Life team. That is myself, Manju, and Shakti. So this is all about DC Life. Same as I said, if you want me to talk about DC Life, I'll be keep talking. That will become a one-hour show again. Thanks, Amanda. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Srilekha. That's really, really nice of you to elaborate, and you give so much of understanding for our teammates. So
Yeah.
moving on to, if anybody of you want any more understanding, we have our websites for DCPro. We have it as www.dcpro.in. For DTouch, it is www.dtouch.in. And for DC Live, as you all know, the platform that we are on right now, www.dclive.in. So we have a couple of our best practices as DNext initiatives. This is the kind of successful planning where crewmates are kept ready to plan up leadership positions if needed. So we can train our team members, in case they need to go on to the next level. And for us, the full form of team is together everyone achieves more. I'll repeat it: team, meaning for us, together everyone achieves more. And we have, as I mentioned before, we have at this open house session that happens monthly, online session conducted by the CEO, Mr. Money, across all the delivery centers for the very first day of every month. This is one of the important employee engagement activity being conducted in the organization. The crewmates here are updated about what's happening in the company and also about the various new initiatives that are being taken up. Our crewmates are, encouraged to participate, and to be enabled everybody to irrespective of which center they are from, which process they are from, which designations, to be a part of this session. And yes, it is a part of our engagement activity. So there is something called as a success mantra. Das ka dam is what we call it, right? Learning processes, ownership, accountable, dreams big, discipline, attitude change, enjoy your life, team management, flexibility, never stop learning. So even we have in our life, in our daily pattern, we have somewhere of each of this, thus 10 success mantras, which we it plays a very important part for us. Now let's move to the facilities that have been offered by the AC Crew. There is filtered water that is given to all of our centers. Each center has its own pure filtered drinking water. If there is any need, there is a first aid SOS type of medications. But if you're using something, you need to inform that yes, you are taking something related to a medication. There is a proper place for our employees to hang their helmets. There is a proper lockers in most of our centers. Individual ladies and gents washroom. And yes, this is the facility that is being offered in each of our centers. So Desi Crew just celebrated its 50th anniversary on 2nd Feb 2022. And most of you are definitely part of it. And we have many, many more years to come. We have celebrations like Deepavali, Holi, we have Ayodhya Puja, we have birthday celebrations. We celebrated recently the Center Day. We had a Women's Day celebration, then we had a Dhoti Day celebration. And yes, the celebrations go on. So thank you everybody for listening in. I would really like if, further on, if any of you can join to have a one-on-one conversation, if you want any general questions to ask about the company, or you want an understanding about a policy, or if there is some suggestions you want to bring up to me. I'll be really happy to have an interaction session with all of you. Yes, Srilekha, hi.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. I know it is very short induction, but I think people will every Wednesday, if they listen to this, whether we have a new crewmates or not, it is like refreshing, and it is like
It is very
it is
much, yes.
refreshing. No, every Wednesday I listen to this. I am with you, But every time I listen, right, only 1 point or 2 point will store in my brain. It's like now I'm adding on to next thing. Okay, I remember now. I remember about these things. So I'm going to remember about. It is like no, it is becoming like a
Yes,
habit.
yes,
Like when you
yes.
keep listening, and you will come to know more about is it so, and you will start researching it, right? So you will
Correct.
see, for example, about Saloni or Rajiv, whom we have been, I mean, we were talking about, and you will search about them. Who are they? Why did they started? So that is where, as an
Correct.
employee, we should know about it. Then, as like directly or indirectly, we can support where our organization path is going on. Anyway, Amanda, as usual, awesome today for joining
Thank you
Induction.
so much. Thank you so much. Thanks
Yeah.
everybody for listening in. I would really like, a couple of our team members to come online, have a discussion with me. Let's talk more about basic room rather than the regular induction we have. Let's have a very more conversational kind of an induction. I would really love that. Not important that only a new employee can join. Any of our old employees, you have the link, you can just join, and we can have a conversation. So hopefully, hoping this for the next induction. So thanks a lot. So Shakti, yes, you can play another nice song, please.